Hey there, everybody. It's well, tonight it's Monday night for me, but it'll be Tuesday for you guys. We're going to talk about graphing today, graphing functions and graphing a whole bunch of stuff using algebra. It's really quite a lot of fun and shouldn't tax you all that much. As you can see, I'm not here today, but I'll do my best to give you a little heads up on what you need to know. All right. So what are we doing? Well, we are doing Chapter 9 in your textbook. So if you want to grab your textbooks and go there, we're going to do Chapter 9. But before we do anything, I need you to take some notes. So where are we going? We are going here. And just in your notebook, what I want you to do is I want you to just create two axes. If you remember anything from last year, you're going to have an x-axis. The x-axis is horizontal, and a y-axis, which is vertical. Every graph has to have a title, and each of your graphs has to be labeled, and you label your graphs the way that your axes run. So the y-axis always gets labeled the way you would write it, okay, going up here, and you would start here where it says y, and you would work your way up to the top. So I don't know, amount of hours in the day, and here your x-axis goes from the 0 to the x. So you always start there. So that's all about titling and graph. So your notes need to have the following: two axes, a y and an x, and you need to tell me that you know how to label your graph and also label your graph down here too. Okay, so there's good so far. So what the heck are we going to do on these graphs? Well, we're going to do a whole bunch of things. We're going to actually plot points, coordinate points. If you remember last year from Isfeld, you learned all about the coordinate plane. This is quadrant 1, right? And everything is going to be positive. What you're going to have here, all right, this is your 0. Okay, and here this could be your first value, second value, third value, fourth value on the x-axis, and here are your values going up on the y-axis. Okay, you will put your numbers on the line. If this was a 1, it would go there, the 2 would go here, and so on and so on. Okay, very important stuff to know. Well, let's do something different. This is called the table of values, and what you'll see, and I need you to copy this down, is that you have an x and a y. The x and the y always are in this position, with the x values being on top and the y values being underneath. Okay, you can also have a vertical table of values that looks something along the lines like this. Okay, that's a beautiful one, with x on this side and y on this side. Okay, doesn't matter whether you like it vertical or horizontal. This would be 1, 5, and these are your coordinate pair points, 1x, 5y. Okay, and I want you to complete this table for me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm pretty sure that you see what is called the recursive pattern, which is going this way, which we call, you're just adding 1 every time, right? What about the y? What are we doing to the y? 5, 10, 15, 20. What's the pattern there? I'm pretty sure that you can see that it is a plus 5. Can you fill out these last 3 pieces for me? And when you've done that, I want you to put this on a graph. And it's going to look like this. Now there's no labels for this graph because it's not really telling you anything. It's just practicing plotting your points. So this is your x-axis, and we had a whole bunch of numbers. Now I apologize that I am drawing with my mouse, but you'll have to get over it. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and you can finish out the rest. Going up the y-axis, do you remember what these were? I think I do too. Okay, 5, 10, and so on and so on and so on. So you need to completely fill out the y-axis and completely fill out the x-axis, and then we need to put in some fabulous coordinate points. So I think our first coordinate point was 1, 5, and then 2, 10, and then 3, 15, and 4, 20, and they would go all the way up. And what you're looking for in this chapter is what's called a linear relationship. Okay, a linear relationship is something oh so simple as, can we draw a line, straight line, through all of these and see a relationship happening? Okay, so everything here today is about the following: graphs, x-axis, y-axis. Taking your table of values and plotting your table of values on your graph, which is what we did. Oops, where did I do it? Right. I think it was here. Come on now. Oh, bad boy. Right here. Okay, that's where you plotted it. Sometimes you will have to take your coordinate pair. All right. So here I've got this dot, and if I go all the way, oops, I didn't want to move my bad Harbeck. If I take this and go here, this would be 5, 10, 15, 20, and 4. So your coordinate pair would look something like this. 4 for the x, and 20, sorry for the chicken scratch here, and 20 for the y. All right, so what are you doing today? Well, you're going to go into your book and you're going to find the key ideas, and it's, where is it? Somewhere around page 337, and I want you to copy down these key ideas. You can use coordinates of the points on a graph to make a table of values. So what are they saying? You can use these points right here and create a table of values. Now, do you remember what each one of these are? This is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. Here they've actually got the names of what you're doing, but you should know both, that this is the x and what the heck's going on here. See, time worked, and pay and money is the y. Now look how they've written that. They've written it going up. Okay? Now I'm going to stop this recording now and continue going on in a second. So all you're doing right now is you're copying this down into your book, a graph, a horizontal table of values, and a vertical table of values, this being the x-axis here and the y-axis here. So copy that down into your book and see how much you know.